Salam and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English, Basics for Beginners. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Surah 68, verse number 42 of this beautiful and wonderful chapter, Surah Al-Qalam, the pen. This is referring once again to the Day of Judgment. Remember, the Day of Judgment is an absolute guarantee. There are a few guarantees we need to remember. The one guarantee and the one reality and the one fact is that yes, God exists. That's rule number one. Even if you don't believe in that, it doesn't mean God doesn't exist. There are atheists who don't believe in God. That does not mean that God does not exist. They are harming their own soul if they don't believe in God. That is all that we can say. We can simply talk to them with kindness and of love to say, can you re-examine your belief systems because someone has programmed your brain wrongly. You're a good person, you're an intelligent person, but someone has messed up with your brain. Please re-examine your belief systems. So the first rule is that yes, God exists. The second rule is that yes, everybody is going to die. The third rule, which is a guarantee, is that God in His mercy and in His perfection is going to raise every single dead person back to life again. It doesn't matter if you are buried in the ground. It doesn't matter if you are cremated and your ashes were thrown over the ocean. It doesn't matter if you fell down in a volcano in Hawaii or Indonesia. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you were drowned in the deepest part of the ocean in the Mariana Trench, 11 kilometers deep in the ocean. It doesn't matter. God will bring you back to life again. It doesn't even matter if you are trying to escape death through cryopreservation, where your body is frozen in minus 270 degrees liquid nitrogen, and they shoot your body into outer space towards the Andromeda galaxy in the vain hope that you're going to escape. You can't escape. God in His mercy will bring you back to life again. Every molecule of you, every particle of you will be reassembled so that you will have the exact fingerprint, your exact DNA, your exact tongue print, which is unique for every human being, your exact retinal eye scan, and your 100 billion brain cells, your neurons, together with the trillions of dendritic interconnections, which gives you the pathways in your brain through neuroplasticity, which give you your memory. Everything will be restored, and your memory will be 100%. Even if you died from Alzheimer's or dementia, on that day you will remember everything and you won't be able to deny it. Every human being has got 30 trillion biological cells and another 30 to 40 trillion bacterial cells in the gut flora. But even one biological cell, listen to this carefully, one biological cell is more complicated than a Rolls-Royce factory. And we don't have one cell, we've got 30 trillion cells. God in His mercy will reassemble everything. Your bones, your muscle, your skin, your eyes, your hair color, everything will be restored because your DNA in your cell has got your genetic code. The DNA is the most advanced and complicated molecule in the universe, a double helix, spiral double helix, comprising 3 billion base pairs from the mother, another 3 billion from the father, giving you the most complicated and advanced molecule in the entire universe. And it tells you exactly who you are, whether you're a human being, whether you're a horse, whether you're an elephant, whether you're a giraffe. And if you are a human being, it'll give you your exact ID number, your exact retinal scan. It'll give you exactly who you are. And in this way, every single human being, irrespective of race or religion or ideology or nationality, whether male or female, Christian or non-Christian, Muslim or non-Muslim, Buddhist or non-Buddhist, polytheist, monotheist, pantheist, Scientologist, pagan worshipper, agnostic, even the atheists, those who don't believe in God will be standing in front of God. Again, this is a guarantee. Everybody from the popes and the presidents and the prime ministers and the honorable members of parliament and the honorable members of senate and congress, every single human being, the emperors and the sultans and those, the hordes of the Mughal empire and the emperors of China and the emperors of Japan and the emperors and kings of Brazil and Europe and King Arthur and the knights of the round table, every single human being, including Mandela and Mahatma Gandhi and Mother Teresa and Martin Luther King and Muhammad Ali and Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley, all the Academy Award winners, all the Wimbledon champions, all the musical award winners, every single human being, the winners of the Winter Olympics, the winners of the normal Olympics, the winners of the paraplegic Olympics, every single human being from the first to the last will be brought back to life again. And on that day, people like Jeffrey Epstein, the Epstein files, there'll be no redaction of any files. Everything will be available in clear black and white and color. Nobody is going to delete anything. All your crimes will be available on that day. Even if you're a criminal in government, you can't call your business contacts to help you. Your celebrity lawyers are not going to help you. Those nations who have invaded the weaker nations to steal the resources by lying that they're giving human rights freedom to the people, and thereby millions have become homeless and murdered and killed and raped and sodomized and tortured, and horrific injustices done to humanity, whether it was the slave trade from West Africa across the Atlantic Ocean to empower America, or the slaves from China taken over into America to empower America through the 1700s and 1800s, it does not matter. Or the colonial invasion of the African continent, or in South America, or wherever it is, in Australia and so on. At the end of the day, the victims of crime, whether you are a serial murderer and a rapist or a pedophile who are using your couching interview to commit sex crimes on budding actresses and actors, the fashion industry, the modeling industry, the acting industry is full of sex criminals, and they are getting away with blue murder. And they are destroying the lives of young boys and girls who simply want a career. Then there are others who don't have a job. They are applying for a job. And then the scammers, the evil people will say, yes, I've got a job for you in Dubai or in Europe or here or there, wherever it is. And the minute they land in that country, their passport is taken away. They are thrown into a basement and become a prostitute for the next 20 years of their life. This is shameful and horrific. All of these people on the day of judgment will stand in front of God as a guarantee. That is a day they cannot bribe God. They cannot beg to be returned to earth. That is the great day of shame and humiliation for the criminals of the world. That is also known as the day of loss and gain, because the big shots of the world will become the little shots of the world. And it is also known as the day of regret. People will regret. Why didn't I just get a copy of the Quran and read it? Why did I believe the nonsense of the media? Why did I listen to the misinformation in the media? The media brainwashed me. The Quran has been the absolute truth. The Prophet Mohamed ﷺ has been the absolute truth. The Muslims were right all along. Why did we listen to the media and the lies of the politicians and the lies of the criminals of the world? We shouldn't have done that. But then you regret it is too late. People will regret for eternity and live a life of misery. So the day that the shin shall be laid bare, and they shall be summoned to bow in adoration, but they shall not be able. So on the planet Earth, they were invited, please get a copy of the Quran, embrace the truth. The truth is Islam. That means you need to bow down to the supreme creator of the heavens and the earth. La ilaha illallah. There is only one God. Don't worship the tree. Don't worship a moon. Don't worship the star, don't worship the statues, don't worship a human being, don't worship an animal or any other creature. Worship the one true God and bow down in humility to the one true God. Majority of people refuse to do that. And the atheists don't even know about spiritual development, about religion. So the majority of people in the world do not bow down. Whereas the Muslims bow down. Muslims, even some of them are so particular, you will see them bowing down in the middle of a street. While they are driving, they will stop their car on the side of the highway and they will pray. You will see Muslims bowing down on the ship. You will see Muslims, as the plane is flying, they will stop halfway. The plane is still flying, they will start praying while the plane is moving. Whereas Muslims who are praying while the construction is going on, they will pray on the roof of a building because they are invited to bow down, and they bow down in adoration and love and in humility to the supreme creator of the heavens and the earth. But the rest of humanity does not want to bow down. So on the day of judgment, when God most merciful, and everybody will see that this is indeed the King of the universe. This is not an ordinary king. This is the King and the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Now, what is the proper etiquette when the big king comes in? The subjects, the people must bow down in respect to the king. Bow down in humility and acknowledge the king. Now, on that day, even the disbelievers, even the atheists will see what is happening around. The millions of angels, the throne is coming down with millions upon millions of angels. They will see all the glory and everything. They say, wow, we never thought this was possible. And they will see it, and they will know in their hearts of hearts that this is the King of the universe, who they denied. And then the call will go out. Everybody prostrate. Make a sijda to Allah. In the same way you are making a sijda in the dunya, so all the Muslims will bow down. And yes, there are some Christians who will also bow down, because there are people amongst Christians who do bow down, not to Jesus, but to the one supreme creator of the heavens and the earth. So all the people who bow down to the one true God, including all the 124,000 messengers, that means Jesus will bow down, Moses will bow down, Abraham will bow down, David and Solomon will bow down, Noah and Joseph and Jonah and Jacob, they will all bow down. But their followers won't bow down, they will stand there. So the Muslims will all bow down. Now can you imagine the scene? And the angels are watching. Everyone is given a command, bow down. And people start bowing down, but some of them cannot bow down. Why? Because they were arrogant on earth. So now on that day, their back, their entire spine will be like an electric pole. It'll be so stiff, they won't be able to bow down. Their knees will not bend down. So while they see other people bowing down, they're going to pretend to bow down and say, hey, let's just bow down with them. We don't know what's going on. They'll be looking left and right, and they will try their level best to bow down, but they won't bow down. Because when God most merciful created human beings, he created Adam and Eve. He created Adam, and then he told the angels to bow down. They refused. That is the devil. He is a rebel. Because of his arrogance, he refused to bow down. So on this day, those who refused to bow down to God while they were on the planet Earth, through their arrogance, they thought they were too clever. They don't need God in their life. They are showing that they are rebels, and they have chosen the camp of the devil. They don't want the camp of God. Although they pretend to be God lovers, they don't want to know that. So on that day, when they are given an instruction, all of mankind bow down to the creator of the heavens and the earth, bow down to the King of the universe. Everybody will bow down. Even the animals and the creatures and the planets, everything, all the trees, everything will bow down except the arrogant ones or the ignorant ones or the ones who have been worshipping something other than God, and the atheists. Those will all be arrogant, like some world leaders who pretend that they are believers but they don't believe. They don't care about God. They only want to commit crime and injustice, and the satanic worshippers and the occult worshippers, they will all be standing straight, so their arrogance will be identified immediately. The day that the shin shall be laid bare, and they shall be summoned to bow in adoration, but they shall not be able. Their eyes will be cast down, ignominy will cover them, seeing that they had been summoned aforetime to bow down in adoration while they were whole and had refused. When they were invited on the planet Earth, get a copy of the Quran, read it, become humble and bow down to God, they refused. They have chosen the path of hell for themselves. Then leave me alone with such as reject this message. By degrees shall we punish them from directions they perceive not. A long respite will I grant them. Truly powerful is my plan. So other nations will invade other nations. They will kill and murder and rape and kill babies and children. God will not interfere. Allah will not interfere, because they are digging a bigger grave for themselves. They are accumulating greater punishment for themselves. The more evil that they are committing, the deeper they are going into hell, into the lowest and deepest dungeons of hell, from which they will never be able to escape, and they will suffer a punishment which they will never ever imagine in their entire lives. They will look after yourself. Alhamdulillah.